One of the reasons you might not attract as many clients as you want is because you're subconsciously afraid that you're not going to give them the results they want, or you feel overly responsible for their results or happiness. And when we do feel that way, part of us says, I'd rather not have clients and not have that pressure than have clients and feel all of that stress. So let's do some EFT to release this feeling of being responsible for someone else. Even though I feel so responsible for giving my clients results, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. And even though I feel like it's my mission and obligation to give my clients the results they want, and that is putting a lot of pressure on me. Maybe it's even making me freak out. I deeply and completely love and accept myself. I feel so responsible for giving my clients results. It feels like if someone pays me, especially if they pay me a lot, it will be my role and obligation to give them what they want. I feel like they are entitled to specific results from me. I feel like it's my responsibility to make sure that they get that. If they pay me X amount of money, I must give them results. Otherwise, they might feel I'm scamming them. Or maybe I will feel terribly guilty. All of this weight on my shoulders to provide results. All of this weight that I must make clients happy. I must provide something specific. But I can't control everything. I can't control how involved and motivated a client will be. So delivering specific results feels very much out of control. And I'm feeling very stressed about that. I don't want to disappoint anyone. I don't want anyone to have hopes in me or my program and be disappointed. It would break my heart if someone came to me and didn't get help. Maybe this is reminding me situations from my past. Maybe I tried so hard to help my mom or my dad, or a family member or a dear friend. But no matter how hard I tried, I could not save them. I could not make them happy. It felt that no matter what I did, nothing was working. And I'm carrying that weight to this day. And this is showing up as this fear towards my clients. I'm afraid I won't be able to help them. I'm afraid that I will feel helpless. That no matter how hard I try, they won't get what they want. And maybe it would be devastating for me to see them still stuck or heartbroken. Just like it was heartbreaking for me to witness other people being stuck. This is an immense amount of pressure I am putting on myself. The type of pressure no client actually expects. I get to choose who I work with. I get to feel if someone has unrealistic expectations. So I choose to remind myself that I get to be very transparent in what I offer and how I can help people. And then someone can decide whether or not they want to work with me. If something doesn't feel right, I will say it before I start working with that person. By letting go of this fear and anxiety, I also attract healthy clients. I attract clients with healthy expectations. I attract clients who are resourceful. I attract good people who are fully involved. This is not a one-woman show. We are both meeting each other halfway. So I choose to keep my ideal client in mind who is so happy about working with me. That's the type of people I want to work with. I get to make a decision and they get to make a decision. It is safe to trust a client who chooses to work with me. No one forced them. They know exactly what they are getting into. And as I let go of the weight of responsibility, as I imagine my dream client who is easy to work with, I attract more and more of them. I don't want to deny anyone my gifts and services, because there's absolutely people out there who would immensely benefit from what I have to offer. And I choose to hyper-focus on my superpowers. Maybe I'm extremely sensitive. I can pick up on subtle things. Maybe I'm very compassionate and can make a client feel safe. Maybe I have sensational analytic skills that could benefit a client. Maybe I'm a creative genius, or all of the above. My specific skill set benefits a specific client. And that's the only person I need to focus on. For my ideal client, I am exactly who they need. My client is not my depressed parent. My client is not that helpless person from my past. I choose to let go of those things in the context of my business and in my clients. These are two very different themes and areas of my life. I do not need to carry that weight when it comes to my ideal clients. All I have to do is be clear and transparent on what people can and cannot expect. And from there, a client can make an informed decision. And it really gets to be that simple. Not my ideal client is not expecting me to save them. Take a deep breath in, breathe out, let it all go. This is definitely something that hit me hard when I was launching a mastermind about 3 years ago that had a significant investment point because there was significant support from me, and it was a pretty long mastermind. And I had never really experienced that block before, but suddenly I became so anxious that people would invest in the mastermind and not get results and feel scammed, feel stolen from, feel that I delivered promises or made promises I couldn't deliver. And of course, when I did some EFT and I dug a bit deeper, it just basically put me back in situations in my childhood where no matter how hard I tried, no matter what I did, no matter how perfect I was, how good my grades were, how nice I was, nothing could even make a dent in the wall of misery of some people that I was surrounded by at that age. And it really put this belief, very strong belief in my mind, no matter how hard you try, no matter how brilliant you are, and no matter how resourceful you are, you cannot help someone. And while it kind of made sense in that context, and the truth is you cannot help someone who doesn't want to be helped, it didn't make sense in the context of this mastermind and clients making an informed decision of exactly what they could expect, what I could not deliver and would not promise. And the moment I released these codependency patterns and the weight and trauma and sadness and helplessness I felt when I couldn't help people in my childhood, I didn't have fear about attracting high paying clients. And everyone who came in the mastermind ended up being very happy and satisfied. It was a small group, so I could really screen the people who came in and made sure that only people who were the right fit would actually invest in it, and it all went really well. So when we have these fears or anxieties screaming at us, it's always very relevant to try and go back to a time we felt as in a similar way, and do some EFT on those events, because that will collapse or release the feelings that we're feeling today. So put your gifts out there. There are amazing people who are willing to pay you as much as you want to charge, as much as the worth is of what you're delivering. And we just need to release all of the beliefs or barriers that we are putting between us and these people. So thank you so much for tuning in today. And as always, keep tapping.